That's the sound we were waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
Today I'm drinking a cardboard bag filled with apple juice. So don't worry about that. This is Zach Fontanez.
Evening.
And this is Tim Godomsky. We are back here on Ski Patrol Productions on a totally different day to play a game. It is called What's That About? I just came up with that title because I kind of came up with the game.
Snappy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to read titles of plays, specifically musicals, and we're going to tell you what it's about. If we know what it's really about, then great.
We'll say it.
If we don't, we're going to make up what we think it's about. And don't laugh at us if we don't know what really famous musicals are about, because I promise you, we don't.
I was gonna say we are famous for we were famous in theater school for being huge posers. We were majoring in theater, but we didn't really know why. Because everybody had gone to Broadway a bunch of times and seen a bunch of shows, and we were just kind of I don't know. We did a couple of shows when we were kids, and we thought it was cool.
Yeah,
and now we're learning about it.
Me, Greg, and Zach, we all loved theater and loved performing, but we'd only seen 5 shows ever.
Between the three of us, you know.
So this will be good.
So
all right,
this will be fun.
We're gonna go through it pretty quickly, and so I'm gonna start this ticking clock. It's clicking talk, right?
Clicking talk,
Clicking talk, if
Click
you
talk.
will. And so here we go. Hope you enjoy clicking talk. And Zach is going to be the first to start.
All right, let's see. Sweeney Todd.
Yes,
Guy gets out of prison and poses as a barber so he can knock off a bunch of people.
One of my favorite shows. I'm pretty sure that's exactly right.
Banger.
Rent. So there's a lot of people living in New York City. I think it's the early 90s, and they can't afford their rent. They're all artists, so of course they can't afford their rent. And they have this one friend that got really rich and bought the place, but is still charging them rent. So it's a piece of shit. I think that's it. Miss Saigon.
Oh, Miss Saigon. I have no idea what this is about. Okay, so it's the army. It's the war, right? There's a helicopter. There's always a helicopter. It's very important that there's a helicopter. And they go into Saigon, and there's a lady there, and the GI falls in love with the lady or something.
That sounds right.
But they mow down everybody in Saigon because that's just what you did back then. And then she's like, "How could you do this to me?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. It's the army. It's the 50s. See ya, Miss Saigon."
I haven't seen it. I think that sounds right. Matilda the musical. Okay, there's a little girl that likes to read and thinks she has magical powers. That's Matilda.
Cool. Sings about it. Book of Mormon.
Yes.
I've not seen this one.
So
the Book of Mormon is about some guys from the Mormon church who go to frigging Africa to spread their good message. Are you okay?
It's about Mormons?
Yeah, it's about Mormons. It's I hope I at least get that right.
The Book of Mormon is about Mormons.
It's about
with a book. All right, great. Blood Brothers. Apparently, this is one of the top 5 musicals. I've never heard of it in my life.
Yeah, that's news to me.
There is an image of a woman with a carriage here.
Okay.
So all I can imagine is there's lots of brothers and lots of sisters, and they all have lots of babies, and maybe they don't know whose it is, so they have to DNA test it.
All right.
Blood Brothers.
Blood Brothers. West Side Story.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
easy ones.
bullshit. Yeah. So it's Romeo and Juliet, but they're Puerto Ricans and Polish people
They're
instead.
Italian, aren't they? So there's Puerto Ricans and Italians.
Nah, they're
Really?
Yeah.
We should have known this, fellow Poles. I thought there was Italians.
I think they might be Polish. I
don't know. All right, Phantom of the Opera. This is one of the famous ones that I should know. All I really know, I believe, is there's a woman and she's an actress, and then there's a man that is a deformed face that lives in the basement of the theater, and then he takes her captive. I think that's it.
The greatest love story ever told. Oh, Wicked. It's friggin'
It's Wicked.
Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz and Glinda the Good Witch. And they kind of pulled out in college. They were homies, and then they kind of went their separate ways because the world was racist. And then the Elphaba is the green one.
Those damn greens.
She's like, yeah, fuck these guys. I ain't sticking around. I'm sticking up for these freaks. And then Glinda became a cop, and that's kind of how that goes.
9021. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, Les Miserables. Also, Les Miserables, if you don't know how to read play. Or French.
Read play.
So this is kind of like Rent, except it's in France. Everyone's poor because the rich people are taking all the money. Is this all the plays?
This is all the plays.
All the rich people are taking money, and there's this one guy. I don't remember if it's Javert or not, but he was stealing bread for his dying wife and child, and they put him in jail for 10 years, which seems totally reasonable if you're a dictator, I guess. And then he breaks out, and then one of the cops really loves his job and chases him down for another 20 years after he escapes, and I'm pretty sure they all die.
The end. All right, now on 11-20.
Wait, no.
That's Billy Elliot.
That's,
okay.
that's 11 through 20.
I've done that one.
So
I played bass for that.
Just do one.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
We haven't done Billy Elliot, so I'm going to do Billy Elliot. Billy Elliot is about a little boy.
This kid named Billy Elliot?
His name is Billy Elliot. He is a kid, and he does want to dance. It's during a coal miner strike in Northampton, England, or something like that. I forget what time.
Northampton, Long Island.
Might be the 80s. I think it's sometime in the 80s.
Okay.
And the kid just wants to dance, and he just kind of comes up in a very macho, working class environment. And he escapes the hardships through the power of dance.
So it's Billy Elliot fights toxic masculinity with dance.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a cool show.
Bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Guys and Dolls. So, Guys and Dolls, I was actually in Guys and Dolls my senior year. I just wore the t-shirt the other day.
Oh, nice.
VHS, shout out.
Sweet.
Just happened to be wearing purple and gold. Guys and Dolls is about mobsters that also want to be loved.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly
That's pretty much it.
It's the oldest established permanent floating crap game in New York. Ooh, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I do kind of know this.
Damn it, you do? I have no idea. I've never heard of it.
I haven't seen it, but the gist is I think it's a bunch of drag queens who kind of drive across
The desert?
either the desert or America.
Are they Jewish?
Maybe.
That would be even better.
That would be cool.
Queen of the Desert, but the drag queens, which would be really cool. I feel like
Right.
it's a hot topic.
Anyway, I think Priscilla is the name of the bus that they drive. I don't know what happens in it. I think they
Go see it now on Broadway.
it's a road movie. They drive to California and they defeat Elon Musk
Yes.
in virtual chess.
I feel like I wanna see plays directed by people who've never read the play before.
Yeah,
I feel like
sweet.
you'd come up with really new and really cool interpretations.
That'd be fun.
Next, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh,
Never seen it, so my only assumption is that it's the Bible but with pop music. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. Once I do kind of know this one. This is the one with the acoustic instrumentation. These people, the guy and the girl, they're musicians and they fall in love in Ireland or some shit. And then they one of them, I think the girl goes back to New York and they're like, "Oh, I'll never forget you." And then the guy's like, "Okay, once." And then they met once and then they.
Wait, so it has nothing to do with fairy tales? Because that's what I was thinking. Lame. I would have been really disappointed.
It's just local music, which is as far from fairy tales as it gets.
Next is Carousel. I know this is a popular one, but I don't know anything about it. Carousel sounds to me like cabaret, so I assume that Carousel is cabaret that happens on Coney Island.
Great.
So Cabaret at Coney Island. Check it out. Spring 2023.
Cats. Yeah, Cats is. Cats. I know Cats. Yeah, it's Cats. Cats is basically a musical adaptation of T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. And the gist is I know this show, and the gist is a bunch of cats come together and they dance around, and one of them gets to die, and they basically audition to see which cat gets to die, and
they all want to be the second.
Come back and get their 9 lives replenished, basically.
Cool. All right. The next show is From Here to Eternity. Another one I've never heard about. From Here to Eternity. Oh boy. So I would like to imagine that it has to do with space travel, but I know that's not a touched on topic usually in musical theater. So I imagine it's about the love between a mother and a son, and it's about how strong their bond is.
Aw.
Yeah. Dude, this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Billy Elliot. We just did. Cabaret is the story of artists, creatives. Working in Berlin just before, during I guess, the rise of the Nazis, and just kind of how it goes from a very progressive and forward-thinking society and turns to shit under Nazi rule.
Yay, Cabaret.
Cabaret.
I was very surprised by that because I didn't know anything about Cabaret before I first saw it at UNH.
Yeah.
So it was intensely shocking to me.
Right.
Next up is Company, which I have a very easy explanation for it. Company is how to succeed in business without really trying, except there's no music. Let's move on.
Great.
I've never seen the show, by the way.
Oh, Hairspray. Hairspray is... I've seen this shit. I still don't know what it's about. A fat girl in the 60s in Baltimore, Maryland, overcomes racism and dances on TV.
That's it. See, it's so easy for white people to defeat racism. All they have to do is dance on TV. You know, I think some very famous, wealthy people from this time have shown us that.
Right.
It's like one of the Kardashians, I don't remember which one, had the Pepsi commercial during like the Black Lives Matter movement.
God.
Like marches. Like she had the Pepsi commercial. It's like she handed the protesters some Pepsi and they were happy.
One of the Jenner kids, they were like, let's just all get along and have a Pepsi, and everybody was throwing tomatoes.
If anyone's taking advantage of black people. Okay, next is Merrily We Roll Along, which I can only assume is an adult version of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. It sounds awful. I don't want to see it. You're up.
Right on. My Fair Lady. I did Pygmalion not too long ago. So
you're a liar. You know all of these shows.
Yeah, I know more than I think, I guess. Yeah. It's Pygmalion with music. Eliza Doolittle is just like basically a crust punk in England who sells flowers, and then she just talks funny. And then this douchebag, Henry Higgins, he's you talk funny. I'm gonna flex my a bit linguistic teaching ability by teaching you how to be a proper
I just watched this movie last year.
You did? Yeah, you've seen this.
I watched the movie. I do know this play then.
Yeah, and it goes as well as it goes.
Evita. So I know that Evita is a pretty loved show. Another one I don't know anything about.
Right.
So when I see the word Evita, I just think of Maria from West Side Story. So I imagine it's somewhat of a love story, but Evita is the main character. So it's as if Maria from West Side Story got her own play. That's what Evita is.
Amazing. Jersey Boys is the story of Frankie Valli. Jersey Boys is the story of the career of the singing group from the 1960s. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
How many seasons?
4 of them.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
4 seasons.
Usually, yeah.
4 seasons.
I think there's 4.
4 seasons.
There's 4 seasons in life, so they're all 4 of the seasons. They were the 5 seasons.
They were the 5 seasons, but Vinny didn't want to play.
Yeah, Vinny didn't want to play.
All right, Legally Blonde. So this one, I'd never really realized it, but it's very aptly named. Legally Blonde is about a blonde sorority girl that goes to law school to follow love, I guess. Then realizes she's a douche and then becomes like the best lawyer in the universe.
Best lawyer.
And then they made movies. But the play is very good. What's that song?
Oh my god, you guys.
Oh my god, oh my god, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that song.
Banger.
It's like a hyper femme song. I love it. It's awesome.
Femme as hell.
Yeah.
This one, you would think I wouldn't know, but I heard about this one from my sister's TikTok.
Sorry, that's what came to mind.
Sunset Boulevard is the story of an aging silent film starlet who, I guess, has a torrid affair with some guy, like a leading man or something. She keeps him as a boy toy, basically. And she is just constantly clinging to her glory days and trying to have a big comeback. And I think at the end she kills him.
Nice. and that's his Sunset. Boulevard.
Hey, they said it.
I got The Lion King. The Lion King it's Hamlet, isn't it? Is Lion King Hamlet?
I think it is Hamlet, yeah.
The Lion King is Hamlet. If you didn't know that, I'm ruining all of your dreams. That Lion King is an original story. It's just Shakespeare.